Hey everybody, I'm John with Seattle Coffee Gear. I'm here today comparing two of my favorite machines. We have the Mio from Diletta and the new Stone Plus. This one comes with this nice black finish. You can also get it as the Mine, which has a nice brushed steel finish to it. Before we get into it, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and give the video a like so you can see all the content that we're putting out on machines. Let's talk a little bit about why we're comparing these two machines. Both of these are a common next step up from some of the entry-level machines. They both are made in Italy, they're both very sturdy, and they're both relatively compact compared to other machines in this class of machine. Let's talk about some of the unique features and design of these two machines. To talk about the Stone, just to start out, you can see they've made it really focused on somebody who likes a lot of milk-based drinks, cappuccinos, cortados, things like that. So you have a great steam wand right here, which is insulated. You have a full-size 58mm portafilter, and then you have a paddle, which is how you start and stop the brew process. They also added a unique feature in these interchangeable panels, which come in different colors, and they're just held on by magnets. And they're actually pretty sturdy. I was worried that they might rattle during brewing, but I haven't noticed any of that in my testing of it. Height-wise, this comes in at just about 14 inches. So while the water tank is in the back here, it still fits under pretty much every single countertop. One other thing I like about the design is they put the feet of it at like the very far corners. And so when you go to take the portafilter out or put the portafilter in, the machine hardly moves, which is something I like a lot. You don't have to hold it with a hand while you're putting the portafilter in. Let's talk about the Mio now. The Mio comes in a few different colors as well. This is the white version, of course. It also has a full-size 58mm portafilter, comes in at about 15 inches tall, and just a great machine all around. Some of the pros and cons of both. The pro that I think really sets the Mio apart is just the day-to-day ergonomics of it. The drip tray is really big. You can go a few days without having to empty that. And then the water reservoir just loads here on the side, so it doesn't matter if your counter type is a little lower. That's actually two of my gripes about the Stone, is that the drip tray is rather small, as you can see here. It's just pretty compact. And then the water reservoir is also rather small. You can see it is pretty small, 1.3 liters, whereas the reservoir on the Mio is closer to 2 liters. Now let's talk about some of the coffee brewing on both of these. On the Stone, like I said, you have this little paddle that actuates the group, and while this might look kind of like an E61 group, it's actually not. It does have a regular old three-way solenoid valve in there, which is activated by this paddle. They have a unique system where the water is preheated. It's not quite a heat exchanger, and then it's also run into the group here where there's a separate heating element that brings the water up to about 200 degrees. In our testing, it came in pretty spot on at 200 in all the testing we did. That's not adjustable, but it is controlled with the PID, so it stays very consistent. On to the Mio. This does have a PID display right here on the face of it, and you can control the temperature of your brew boiler right there. The brew boiler is mounted directly on top of where the portafilter locks into the machine, so it's essentially one unit, and it leads to very good temperature stability. This also doubles as a shot counter, so you can see how long your shot is pulling for. Stone does not have any sort of shot counter on it. I would say steaming between the two, the Mio comes a little bit behind the Stone because the Mio uses a thermoblock for steaming. It's more powerful than some of the more entry-level machines, like some of the Brevils, but it is still not going to compare to a machine with a boiler for steaming like the Stone has. So if you like cappuccino or cortado, you're always adding milk to your espresso and maybe not changing up the coffee beans you use, the Stone is great for that. It heats up extremely fast, the steaming performance is great, and it always hits a great brew temperature for medium or medium to dark roast coffees. The downside of it is because the water reservoir and the drip tray are small, if you make a lot of drinks, it's probably not gonna be a good fit for you. Because the Mio has such a large drip tray and water reservoir, you can easily make back-to-back drinks without worrying about refilling or dumping the reservoir. I also see the Mio more for someone that is into espresso, changing their roast profiles, and really trying to dial in different coffees to taste like they taste at a coffee shop. Which one of these is for you? That's for you to decide. If you have more questions, I'd encourage you to chat with us on our website. You can also give us a call. We have links in the description of this video talking about both things. And if you haven't done it yet, please make sure to subscribe and like the video so you can see more of our content. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day.